If only Toxic would have checked. And just like that, the Loganians lose the first battle of the war to the greatest general in Cimmerian history, General Dwayne. After suffering an embarrassing defeat against Cimmeria, Logania decided to find another route through Lorenzia. On April 29, 2018, they sent their troops through the Lorenzian Strait and marched all the way down to the Great Plains. Cimmerian forces were still recovering from the heavy casualties of the Battle of Jermai when they received the news of Logania's movements. Realizing that Logania was returning with double the soldiers, Cimmeria knew reinforcements were essential. The Cimmerian leader, Samoclause, dispatched over 8,000 men to bolster their ranks. With renewed determination, Cimmeria marched its troops into the Great Plains, preparing for yet another intense battle. This battle would ultimately come down to endurance. Whichever side could hold out the longest would prevail. If Logania won, they could gain easy access to invade Cimmeria. Conversely, if Cimmeria emerged victorious, they could potentially launch a device invasion into Logania. Due to the urgency of reaching the plains, Cimmeria didn't have enough time to replace General Dwayne, so he remained in command. Meanwhile, Logania deployed their second-in-command, General Nolan, to lead their forces. General Dwayne and General Nolan had their first encounter just 2 days into the battle. Dwayne attempted to launch a surprise attack, but Nolan was already aware of this plan. However, it didn't matter because Dwayne already got him. By the end of the first week of fighting, these were the boundaries. Cimmeria is represented by blue and Logania in red. Cimmeria made very little progress during this initial week. Once General Nolan recovered and returned to the battlefield, General Dwayne was ready for him. Dwayne set up a turret to stun Nolan, successfully executing this plan. This marked Dwayne's second victory over Nolan, bringing the score 2-0 in his favor. Determined to avenge his 2 defeats, General Nolan attempted to sneak up on General Dwayne. However, to his surprise, Dwayne anticipated the move and successfully countered the attack. As the second week of the battle drew to a close, the boundaries in the plains had slightly shifted. Cimmeria had made some small improvements advancing their position. After recovering once more, General Nolan was determined to stop losing to Dwayne. He set out from his base, but Dwayne had expected his move and placed a turret. As Nolan ran to hide behind a tree, Dwayne struck him hard, followed by another hit that fully stunned him. Week 3 finally came to an end, and the results were rather disappointing. Both Cimmeria and Logania gained a small amount of territory, but neither side made a significant progress throughout the whole week. As the fighting continued, General Nolan would get his first hit on Dwayne, making the counter 4-1. The fourth week of this intense battle concluded, and the results favored Cimmeria, who now controlled approximately 50% of the plains. And just like that, the final week of the Battle of the Plains is here. The fighting begins to come to an end. The Cimmerians have taken most of the plains from Logania. And General Dwayne tries to finally kill General Nolan. Dwayne sneaks up to the recovery tent that Nolan is in, but Nolan is already aware. As the final seconds of the war approach, everything hinges on the decisions of the generals. And just like that, General Dwayne seals another victory for Cimmeria.